Yes, he is. And while news of Paul's award was breaking, Matt King was collecting his OBE from the Prince of Wales at Buckingham Palace. You may remember that Matt, the former London Broncos player, was seriously injured while playing for their academy. He was recognised in the Queen's Birthday Honours List last year for services to people with disability and for his outstanding work for charity. There he is, talking with the Prince.
It was an amazing day. Arriving at the palace is certainly not something I ever thought would happen in my lifetime. You know, looking back on my time in hospital, I never thought that I'd be in a position where I am today, back working and then going to the palace to receive an OBE. It was never something I ever contemplated or imagined I would get. I just know that when I was in hospital, we didn't really have the support, myself and my family, to see us through the dark days, and we didn't know, what was going to happen to my life. So, the charity work I've done and going to see new patients that have been injured, I do that because I just know what a difference it makes to their journey through to their recovery. So the OBE, it's recognition of the fact that, I've come full circle now, and I'm now in a position where I'm fortunate enough to be able to help others. The Rugby League Benevolent Fund have been huge, and I can't thank them enough. And this OBE, the support that they've given me, has allowed me to be in the position where I am today.
And many congratulations to Matt King and indeed to Paul Sculthorpe. A lot of people, I'm sure, would have seen Steve-O's fabulous interview with Matt last year, and it is an honour that he richly deserves. Congratulations to the two of them. I mean, there's some great work that goes on in rugby league, and we're always delighted to bring it to the attention of a wider public. Two great recipients there, don't you think?
Both of them incredible characters for different reasons, and Matt King actually did the Great North Run with him, and what a really nice bloke. And he's gone on to study to become a solicitor, loves the game, promotes the game wherever he can. And what can you say about Paul Sculthorpe? What he does, and he's always one of the first people that anyone wants any charity work to do, he puts his hand out. And let's not forget, Paul's career was cut short through injury, wasn't it?
It was.
He missed a number of years through with trouble with his knees, his back, and it's great that we have some people recognised for their contributions to the game.
I'm pleased to be here with a very special and a very proud young man. Matt King, OBE, how does that feel?
Thanks, Mike, it feels great. Massively proud, very humbled to have been considered. It's been a long 8 years since my accident, and a great deal has happened, but I'm very pleased to be working now and back leading a relatively normal life.
What was your reaction when the news came through?
Got home from work, had a letter from the Cabinet Office, and my initial thoughts weren't great, to be honest. I opened the letter, first line said the Prime Minister, and I knew then that it was something big. Rang my mum straight away, and she was crying, and I remember saying to her that if I could shake, I would, and that's it. I was very, very excited.
It's quite amazing what you've achieved. A university degree, and now a trainee solicitor. Your parents must be thrilled.
I'd hope so. Speaking personally, I'm massively happy that I'm in the situation where I am nowadays. Looking back on my time in hospital, never thought it'd be possible to get back to some form of normal life, let alone get back working and to have completed my schooling, gone to uni, and now being a trainee solicitor. It's beyond my wildest dreams, and looking back on that time on the pitch in 2004, when my life literally flashed in front of my eyes and I knew what I'd done, and I didn't know what I was going to do with the rest of my life. Just sitting here with you today, having recently received such an award, it's beyond my wildest dreams.
And on top of all this, you'll be carrying the Olympic torch on July the 9th.
Yeah, that should be quite an experience as well. Looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity, not just the torch, but the Olympics in this country. It's going to be a great event, and massively looking forward to it.
It must have been difficult to come to terms with your injury. You must have had some dark days.
Mike, I can't explain the thoughts that went through my head during my time in hospital. Massively low. I was a 17-year-old boy, paralysed from the neck down and having to spend months away from my friends and family. I didn't know what I was going to do with the rest of my life, and although it was okay during the day when I had friends and family with me and I could live my life through them and just try and escape the nightmare I was trapped in, it was the time spent alone in the middle of the night with my thoughts that were the worst. I didn't know what I was going to do, and almost at a time when I should have been doing things that a normal 17-year-old boy should be doing.
Your ability to overcome adversity and all the charity work that you've done, you're giving a real fine example for other people to follow. Is there anything that you'd like to say to those people out there that have gone through the same sort of injuries?
I just know that myself and my family received such a huge amount of support when I was hurt, and it's only because of that support that we are where we are today. I know it's cliche, but the whole rugby league community were great, and I just felt I wanted to try and give something back when I got out of hospital, to try and make the journey of other people suffering from similar injuries a little bit easier. I'm in the fortunate position now where I have overcome those initial few years, which are the hardest, and I'm now back leading a normal life. So I never dreamed I'd be where I am today, and I just think it's a matter of never giving up, and despite how low it may seem and how hard things are, there's always a way out.
Was there ever a time when you thought, I didn't want to carry on?
Yeah, I can't explain how, but on the pitch that day, I knew what I'd done straight away. The paramedics were asking me to move my toes. I couldn't. They were asking me if I could feel them touching my hand. I couldn't, and I don't know why, but I knew then that I'd broken my neck and that my life had changed forever. And the last thing I remember was just asking the paramedics to let me die. I didn't want to live a life in a wheelchair, or at least I didn't think I wanted to. But that was the only time, realistically, that that thought entered my mind. In hospital, yeah, there were massively low days, massively low times, but the support I received wouldn't allow me to give up.
Once again, congratulations on your Queen's Award. We thank you, Matt King, OBE. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.